place as a host, I can still run the show. So 90% of me is what I would probably consider a show producer or like a show creator or someone who puts the right amount of people together. So if I may reframe what my new understanding of a host is, Son of Abish, when I'm hosting on screen, you get to see 10% of what I do. I am hosting a team of talent and asking them what they're good at and putting that in the show. So that's what I consider a host of a show is. Like everyone who's working on this season are talented musicians and comedians and video producers and editors. I'm hosting them in my show. That's what I consider hosting.
I saw one of my obviously like favorite episodes of yours is I think with Viva and Irfan sir. And Viva said that I think 7-8 years back you came, like you've had this dream for like how long now? 9 years to have Son of Abish, your show, like your own show. So yeah. Congratulations on that. Like running it for 7 seasons it's crazy. It's crazy.
I know, thank you. I'm telling you, I don't take no for an answer when it comes to my own work. Like there are lots of times that I've heard, let me tell you this, okay? The first time I did Son of Abish, I think 23rd Jan, I think 2014. Sid Kuto, yeah. 2014 or something, 14 or 13, I forgot. I was at Canvas Laugh Club and I went and met my friend Tom Coase, who was running the Canvas Laugh Club at that time. And I asked him that I want an hour to do a talk show. And he was very excited. He's like, yeah, that'll be insane. I came down at Palladium and I met a bunch of comedians and they said, why are you doing a talk show? Do your comedy special. You've got 3 hours of material from Delhi. Promote yourself like that. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know. So I felt like maybe I'm not on the right path. Then I slept over it. Then I woke up and I was like, I am still excited to do the concept of a talk show because I get to write jokes, I get to produce, I get to shoot, I get to edit, I get to do so much around it. So long story short, I was so excited by the possibility, not where it'll go, just that I'll get to do it. So the only thing I did after that was to chase that dopamine hit when you're in front of the audience. Conversationally, you're able to extract laughter. Because when I go on stage with my jokes, which I have prepared over years, I know what's going to work, what's not going to work. A little bit of improv here keeps it going. But with Son of Abish, I'm so happy because I am so unscripted. I'm just prepared with information and I'm juggling one information. So I feel very happy doing it. So I'm very persistent.
If you think I've watched like the Sid Kuto episode and stuff, I've not. Like to learn from you, I've seen a lot of episodes where you have your notes, you have that book of yours, you have everything researched. And I'm like, okay, so I watched podcasts of yours, I watched Son of Abish episode, I dug up some old random stuff on you. Oh my God.
I have the cue cards from season 1 and because I only printed 20 of those, you can see that if this was episode 8, right behind that I've stuck episode 7. Behind that I've stuck episode 6. Behind that is episode 5. All the way to episode 1 right here.
Because that way.
Yeah, it's an emotional memory holder.
Of course. I wanted you to react also to some nostalgic stuff today, which we will do soon. But a few questions first.
Yeah.
Did you always want to be an artist growing up, and how are you liking life right now?
Always. I think when I was a little kid, my first memory is my dad putting me on stage for a fancy dress competition in church. So, you know what happens in our church was that, to build a lot of cultural activities every month, every 2 months, they used to have fancy dress, music competition, this and that. So dad used to just put me on stage because my dad's very insecure. So not insecure, he's an introvert and my mom's an extrovert, but both of them couldn't do anything on stage. And my brother was a dancer. So he was always on stage. And then they said, you also go on stage. I naturally found a flair for acting and making people laugh. So I remember when I was a kid, there's an image of me when I was a little kid wearing like chaddi, where the chaddi is also almost skin color, and a sash that reads, every kid. I think that's like a mandate for parents to do, embarrass your kids. And a sash that said Mr. Universe, a metal, like a steel light, aluminum rod with like two, I don't know if you know, olden days, the flush that you used to press used to have this one round funnel ball, black color. We put that in,
Okay.
and all I had to go on stage was to do like, and keep it down. And I used to win prizes. So I started off, my first skill was fancy dress competition, which is you go on stage, you give a monologue as whatever. So I did this. I was a farmer. I dressed up. Did a 2%. So I loved going on stage and making people laugh as characters. That's where it started. So my parents are the ones who pushed me to do it, and I was like, "There's no coming back." That memory, I was like, "What am I supposed to do?" In grade 11th, 9th, a teacher, Ma'am Jalan, I was good at physics, computers, and that's it. That's it. Every other, even English, spoken was fine, written was terrible. Ma'am Jalan once. Mhm.
You had science?
Yeah, it's science. I studied science till 12th. I thought, you know what I'm going to be? I thought I'm going to be a robotics engineer. That's what I wanted to be.
That's what I'm asking, na? Artist. And then you
But
did
that's what I'm
science.
saying. Dude, that's what science, you know who currently artists, you know what, for me, what a word artist means? What you have here, which is feeling, when it becomes thought. And then thought becomes either word or action. But with each step, there's a translation, there's a loss. It's not lossless. So your emotion becomes thought and then it becomes action. So by the time it becomes, and whoever is able to capture their emotion into their action is what I consider an artist. So a scientist is an artist because artists are nothing but thinkers. So if you think an artist is someone who can draw or someone who can sing, you're wrong. It's someone who thinks and sees the end goal and then says it's worth the effort to do. Then when you put it, that's why coders are artists. Scientists are artists. Doctors who are surgeons who are trying to figure the right way, right valve to do are artists. Anyone who does the same thing again and again are not artists, they're bots. That's what a bot is. So why would you be a bot? You should might as well think and then do it.
See,
That's what I think an artist is.
I'm in 12th. I'm still a commerce student. In
Yeah.
every chapter, I have a justification for the topic. Like if it's management, then I'm studying. They're like, justify why management is an art and a science. And so everything is an art that way. But
Yeah,
that's,
I mean, it is. But the thing is, you can make anything into art or you can make anything into a bot behavior. Like, for example, you play the piano really well. I really like the way you play it, right? But if tomorrow you only play one thing again and again without the intention of getting better, sometimes when you play again and again, you end up becoming better. But with the intent of getting better is what an artist is. It's just that I intend to take it to a certain place. And then you build, you bring solutions. So yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's very foo-foo, but I feel like everyone is an artist. Just because
yeah,
you were stuck in a job doesn't mean you can't be. You could make the process better. So,
I think
yeah.
that's really. And Church reminded me of this question that my best friend wanted me to ask you. He's a Mallu.
Yeah.
And this question will show that I have done some research, okay? Like I wasn't bullshitting when I said I've seen podcasts and stuff. So,
Yeah.
how amazing it is what you're truly doing. Like that's when I realized this. Like when you came as a Malayali into the North Indian scene, and you and Kenny like embrace that in your jokes, and you have those special moments with the audience, and no one else understands what Tenga Enna is, and you know it's coconut oil or something. And did doing your school and college in Delhi, and did Mayur Vihar Phase 3 help you with that? I
Ah,
got this
man.
from Cyrus.
Wow. Wow, you got like Mayur Phase 3 is like little Kerala. Okay. For Mayur Vihar has the most amount of Malayali. So I live in Noida, okay, where you have like a full, like a mix of the smorgasbord of like different people. But Mayur Vihar, if you enter, you have Malayali Kada. Kada means shop. You have Malayali Kada where you'll get like, I remember we used to buy parota and like chicken and mutton when our family's eating, men are like sweating, everyone's in mund and chappal. It was almost like you were in Toronto, and if you're a Punjabi, you're like, oh, it's the same. So it was really good because our church also had like so many different people. When Kenny and I, like when I entered comedy, it wasn't a hindrance. It was a speciality. Like in the sense, the fact that there is this guy who can speak like you, but is talking about things that you don't know. So they'll be like, oh, he's talking about church. He's talking about being this. He's talking about music. He's talking about school, while everybody else's life is different. So as a comedian, we try to look at the most unique thing. But unfortunately, sometimes when you want to connect to the audience, you look at what is relatable. That's why if you look at most of the internet stuff right now, it's like, relatable kya hai? Dalo, views milega. And views is not where art is. Like I wrote a couple of lines about this because I was so irritated. I wrote, we dreamt of being on stage doing concerts. We sang till it hurt my tonsils. Now everything we is decided by sponsors. If art is the club, then views are the bouncers. And I'm like, that's the problem. Like views have become your metric of success. So everyone wants to be successful, but nobody wants to be an artist. Most of the artists die poor. So the idea is that you choose if you want to be an artist or a successful artist. Because if artist is here, they are very good, but they don't know how to tell people what the art is. Marketing is here. It's empty, but it's the loudest vessel. The objective is to find your balance of art and how to tell people the kind of art that you do.
In a field like in a thing like art where opinions are like not objective, like they're very subjective, like this guy's good or not, numbers are the only way you're like, he's good. Like if Basti is getting like 50 million views on a stand-up, one can be like, it's not funny, but that'll be like an exception, not the norm. So it's also a way of like getting a little feedback, real feedback on your stuff.
I do not agree with that completely, because I think that if you're gonna judge your art by views, then you're a good marketeer. You might not necessarily be. Now, Basti has found that good zone because he's an artist and he knows what works. If you ask most of the artists, no, what works, they'll be like, "Pata nahi, main to bas kar raha hu." That is what an artist is. Some things work, some things don't work. Like I've been doing this for 12 years, right? If you look at my YouTube channel, if that's the number, 9 years in, now is when it got 1 million. So I don't think that's.
I saw a tweet. I was talking Twitter also for research. You made a tweet about 1 million subs, and you're like, I want to hit 1 million subs so I can say it's just a number then.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true. It is so true. But what I'm trying to say is that the fact that I'm here with you and you've chosen me to come and speak to you, I would be like, you can access anyone who's get millions. I'll make you meet people then. In that case, if I'm the stepping stone. Oh, is that what this is? Have I just been scammed? Oh my God! Everybody in the chat, put it up right now. This is scandalous behavior. I cannot believe you tricked me into getting my famous friends. And if you get in touch with them, ask them to give me a call back.
Of course. Paritosh is your most famous friend I've spoken to right now.
Paritosh is now a star, yeah. Now Paritosh is a star. By the way, for the people who don't know, Paritosh is running Feeding from Far. Feeding from Far is also, donation link is in the bio, so make sure you donate as much as you can and as often as you can. They're doing some great work in Govandi, where Paritosh and his team, and I know Paritosh from work before, and then I had met him. And every time I spoke about, you're doing such a good job, he's like, I'm not doing, we are doing, they are doing, they did this, I am just putting. And that's the kind of leaders you want, like, who literally give credit to where it's due. Like for me, I would say that Paritosh is Nick Fury and everybody else is Iron Man and all of them. They are the ones who do all the good work, but he's the one who's like, money should go here, we should pick it here. So yeah.
Tell me the story behind this.
Oh my God, Paritosh, you did it. You breached my trust, Paritosh. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I was, you tell me, what do you know? Why should I tell you? So, what do you know about this image? It's a face mask. You don't know who it is. You don't know who it is.
See, in height comparison, the oil on the hair, the curls.
Damn. You went to the oil. This is actually oil. I actually applied coconut oil today because I thought I'll shower. And then I ran damn late. So I just ran my hand around it. But yes.
Abish Mathew and Kevin Fernando probably. I don't know.
Well, wow, Fernando, just because, wow, racist, racist. Yeah, so what is that image about? Feeding from Far was doing, while they were helping people in Govandi, Paritosh also started a drive with his friends and partners to give food to the people, migrants who were leaving, taking the Shramik train and going. So there were a lot of NGOs there, they were helping out. I was like, I'm at home, I have no responsibility, no old people around. And I said, hey, can I come and join? And he said, yeah, come. I went. And I really liked what I did. It was super fun. I
This is
felt,
serving the Shramik's for the people that don't know that. And Abish doesn't like getting pictures of himself taken when he's serving, but Paritosh managed to get this one and he wanted me to ask you about it.
wait, hold on. Let me message Paritosh. धोखेबाज ये क्या धोखेबाज message
Viva by Imran Khan starts playing.
Yeah, but you know it. Okay, now that it's out, it's just was one of those things that I did where I was like, I want to do it more. And you know, I have this one concept where not my concept, but this thing about let your right hand not know what your left hand is doing, because if you do something and if you tell everyone you did it, you've lost all the things that you would probably get in the afterlife, or like you know, in goodness. You just need to do and then do everything else you do. Because every time you claim this is what I did, this is what I did, then you're doing it for yourself. And every time you do anything, you're doing it for yourself. You anyway feel good when you do it. Why do you want other people to also be like you're doing good? You know what I mean? Like, you know what a superhero like Peter Parker? He's Spider-Man, but he tries his level best to be Spider-Man. Unless you're Tony Stark, because I don't want to be Tony Stark. I want to be Peter Parker.
Yeah, I get you. Like that's what Langar Seva is like as well, like in Gurdwaras and stuff.
Exactly.
When I was small, once I was like doing seva in the thing, and I was cleaning the plates, and I showed my mom. I'm like, look, one more, and she like, stop counting, man. Like, don't. I was
But
like
it's
snacked
good.
or something.
But that's the thing. We all have instinctively. We all want to show when we are doing something good, and to stop and to forget, and then to remember when you're sitting alone. You're like, I did that. Damn, that's so good. It validates you. So it's almost like it's selfish of me, you know, way.
Is this also something that you did for yourself? Because it has 9,000 views.
Oh my God, okay.
An
Because the
extra
image is
like.
frozen at a very wrong place. So I was like, what are you
Is it still
showing,
frozen?
Akhil? Change the frame. This is a very weird frame.
Is it still frozen?
It's not the frozen, but on YouTube, why did you choose that image?
Oh,
Where do you think the image focused right now?
React to this, please.
Yes, thank you. Stop now. God. I was like, what? I thought after so many years, you were looking at what? Oh my God, I look so young.
Dear Diary, happy April Fool's Day. That time of the year when everyone decides to turn into look.
Don't do it. Don't, please, no. Don't make me watch my old videos. No, please, no. No. Oh, man.
You cracked a Loki and a Loki joke.
Yeah, man. Listen. Here's the thing. I have the option of deleting all my old videos, but the reason I don't do it is because then you would have no videos to see, because I would have removed each and every video a year later, because I would never like anything that I've done before.
Why does it have 9,000 views? This should go viral. Okay, this is actually damn funny. I saw some jokes. It's damn funny.
Thank you. Coming back to the point that views, if you decide a success by views, then you will only look for things that will get you views. Then you can't put what you want to put out there. Yeah. Like Son of Abish, this season is not getting as many views as the previous season. And this was a concern when we were doing this season. We were like, should we do this season? We don't know if it'll get views. Everything's on a Zoom call. But we were like, team, can we do like somewhere where it looks edit? Like, can we add something more edit based? Let's make it unique. And we did it. And each episode we're damn proud of. And most of them don't get views. We're like, but we had a great time and I'm damn proud of it. And that feeling is very seldom to come. Yeah.
And I love asking famous people this. What's your weirdest fan moment?
The weirdest fan moment.
Like many
Not
celebrities,
a.
I was taking a pee
I
and
don't.
someone asked me for a selfie and like stuff like that.
Selfies, I won't consider a weird fan moment because selfies, people have asked for selfies at weird places. And I used to do a thing where people would say, I want to take a selfie with you. And they will eventually take some time to flip and then they will try to figure. So I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, give me your phone. They'll open the app and I'll take a photograph. I always do 2 photographs and I'll give it to them because it's just fast and more efficient. Why does one want to take a selfie? Not because they're a fan of mine. I'm just a popular face that they want to show off. Now I'm like, do it. मेरे को तेरे से validation मिल रहा है, मुझसे तेरे को भी validation मिलना चाहिए. So take it. It's a mutually beneficial thing. Though not a weird thing, but something really fun had happened last year where now this fan clubs are like a big thing, okay? A lot of comedians have a lot of fan clubs.
Abish Mathew actually follows me.
Oh yeah, good. Like there are these two, like, so I met the guy who runs Abish Mathew _ fan club. It was the first fan club. So I mean, I don't know the first fan club, the one that I noticed as such. And he said, I'm coming to Bombay, I would like to meet. And I was like, man, I would never get this opportunity to meet someone who started an Instagram channel for you when you yourself don't like anything you do. I want to understand what this psyche is. And I met this guy at Starbucks and just give me a second. It's the ghostly time.
This should be a 5-star ad.
Yeah, I know. I should have said no. Thank you, sir. Abish Mathew,
Thank you, sir.
Cooperative Society. Oh, I think something just got delivered. So now, as standard protocol, we need to take some hand sanitizer and sanitize because the package is right from outside.
Good one.
And then we shall continue. So I met this guy and for coffee, and he told me this one very cool thing. Okay, he said that every comedian has a fan club. But I saw that you didn't have a fan club. So I started a fan club for you. And then I started doing some research and I was like, oh, this guy is pretty cool. How many people can actually claim there was a guy who started a fan club because there was no fan club. And then he's like, I like what this guy does. It's so awesome. So I would say that was one of those interactions where the next day also I met him, where he said, I'm leaving day after. I said, come, let's meet again. He came and he opened a notebook. And he said, I'll tell you what's wrong in your career. He started listing everything wrong in my career. He said, what you should do is this. Lots of it made sense. But lots of it that he had suggested was, again, for numbers and for success and how to do it. And I was like, I really appreciate it. And I took some of those points. And sometimes I was like, I would still stick to this for now. Because for me right now, numbers aren't important. When career is going down, numbers will be important. I will do a couple of Instagram reels, sneezing and saying 10 things people do.
Oh my God. That
is what I would say fan interaction,
so
but I don't know. Yeah, it was awesome for me. I felt
awesome. How was the ALB knockout experience?
The experience of writing, experience of shooting, experience of releasing, or the experience of everything that followed? Which one? There was a lot.
How was it? Like, it's so different to do that in India. Why is it not happening again?
I mean, you saw what happened.
Okay, call it dash knockout.
No, what would you think? I mean, no, it's not dash knockout. I'll tell you what, the writing process was the most incredible thing I'd ever done. Ever. Like, freaking ever done, because it was a group of individuals and who were really good at writing. I'm not a very talented writer, and I don't consider myself a very good writer. I'm a very good performer. I can understand something and I can deliver it really well. I can think of jokes that only I can do, which doesn't make it a very good joke, but it's a joke that I enjoy doing. So as a performer, you do stuff on stage that you enjoy doing, right? And so I only wanted to do things that I really enjoyed. So when I started writing jokes, they were just mean thoughts. There were no jokes in it. And these guys were great, and they're coming up with like 10 jokes a day, and I'm coming up with like 1 joke in 2 days, and I felt I wasn't good enough. But these guys were still like, no, it's okay, just keep throwing ideas, whatever comes your way. So I just remember at one point I was like 10 days into the shoot. I was like, man, none of these jokes are fully done. So I took some time and I started writing alone. And when I wrote alone, when I came back with it, some of them were not bad. That's when I was like, oh, I work best if I do enough work and then if I work with a group. So homework, if I do, then I'm great at classwork. But if I do classwork first and then if you give me homework, I wouldn't want to do. So before this, I took time to set this up. And then that was my homework for this classwork. Classwork for me is when you do something together. But if you had done this and then I was supposed to go do it, it wouldn't make sense. Like I'm like, ho gaya na, ab ko jaake sona hai. So the writing experience was incredible. It gave me this insane confidence that if you do this consistently, you'll become really good. And I personally feel that as of today, I think I write really good roast jokes because they are not jokes that you can do, but they are jokes that only I can pull off. And that for me is like an insane compliment where I'm like, yeah, this joke no one else can do, only you can do because you can deliver it in this way. So that confidence came because of AIB roast. That is the writing. Shooting. Shooting was incredible because the first time I'm stitching a suit, Kanan had come with me to go to Louis Philippe to come and ask me for my suit, and he selected the quality of clothes, he selected the suit, he selected the tie, he selected the shirt. We went and shot, he selected all of it. So I wore that suit. We went to the big stadium and I saw such a big stadium for the tech check and everything was great. But on the day of the show, we're all standing backstage, okay? And we can hear people going, whoa, whoa, shit. Different chants are going on, and we're getting very nervous. Like I'm talking about, even now, I'm getting goosebumps. It was, and we were backstage, so we don't know what the audience looks like full, right? So we're very nervous, and then they started announcing us one after another. Mad! I entered on stage, and before this, I had done a show in Delhi, which was live jam, but there were 8,000 people. But for musicians such as Avier, Live Jam Band, and a lot of other bands. And so I was just hosting that because I was a radio personality in Delhi. And I felt very comfortable doing that. But with the roast, when I went on with all of us sitting there, man, I had the widest smile because everyone was so nervous. So nervous. And then I think I went up first, if I'm not wrong. And then I'm not sure. When did I go up? I forgot.
I did my research, and that's for a question for which I'll donate to Feeding from Far, so I won't tell you.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, this sounds good.
We'll do a game, okay? Okay, wait, are you doing this live on your phone?
Yeah.
How okay,
then you do it.
No. In case like you're doing it on an iPad, so I had like a backup game that for
everyone. Don't worry, I have a laptop in front of me, so if you want, I can pull something up.
Like to call. That's what the thing was. But I'll ask you questions, and for every one answer you get correct, I'll donate 500 rupees to Feeding from Far right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's do it. Okay.
Which Son of Abish episode did Irfan Khan and Viva come on?
Like, I usually call it by the guest name, but you're asking for which episode number.
Yeah. Do you know which season?
Okay. Wait. Okay, hold on. I think I know season. It was season 5. Season 5. Episode 6.
All around me are familiar faces. Worn out.
Season 3, episode 5.
Oh, okay. Season 3. I meant season 3, episode 5. Oh, yes. Oh my God. How could I? That it's been a season 3, season 4. Oh my God. I am so bad at my own game. Okay. Everybody, I'm reading your comments and I really apologize if I'm getting these. These are really tough questions. Okay.
Feeding from Far, Spock Falls. Okay. Since you love coffee.
Yeah.
What's the meaning of the term espresso? A, forced out, B, expressive, or C, under pressure?
Under pressure.
It's forced out.
Ah, damn it! Oh, I'm so sorry, FeedingFromFar. I really want you to get the money. I'm not trying to do this intentionally.
What are two types of coffee beans? One is Arabica and the second is...
Wait, I know this one.
Search it up.
Arabica.
Please, 500 I need to give.
Hold on. Arabica and Arabica and Judaica.
Robusta.
Robusta. I was going for Judaica because, you know, Arabic and Judaism, but anyway. Robusta. Robusta.
Who came after you in the AIB knockout?
Ooh, trick question. Live show or edited version?
Edited version.
Okay, cool. Yaditi Mittal.
Oh my god, wow, correct answer.
Yeah!
Mittal. Who were your first three guests on Son of Abish? Name 3 out of your first 4 guests.
Sikuto, Suresh Menon, Tanmay Bhatt, Khamba?
Yeah, that's your 4th one.
Oh.
Yeah. 3 out of
Got
your
it,
first
okay.
4. Yeah.
Okay,
Why did you write Tanmay and Khamba, bracket AIB? Who else would it be?
Yeah, there was a time where I was like, I don't know, because I thought like it was like, I'll tell you why. Because Tanmay and Khamba from AIB, because Ashish and Rohan are also from AIB. But when Ashish and Rohan came, I didn't put AIB. So, because by that time, I learned how to do a season. Oh man, these are tough questions. Okay.
Are you going to get Akhil Sahni and Karan Sola on Son of Abish?
For guests or picks?
On Son of Abish.
No, you tell. Guests or picks?
Either. Guest to baad picks le lo, picks chalo.
Interesting. I'll give you an insight of how picks works. Picks.
We'll release a single for the Viva one, and we'll perform it on picks.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you need to do to be on picks. Okay, there is a group, our team, our creative team, a bunch of musicians, and we get creative producers who are musicians who kind of are like talent scouts. What they're really good at doing is what we want to build picks is as people who have a legacy of music. If you bring them, and if it does well for them, the new audience, about 10,000 people who get to know them, immediately has hours worth of material for them to listen to and become fans. So what I am a huge fan of, the reason I do Son of Abish again and again, is to say about in season 20, someone discovers the show, and then they're like, oh, there are more episodes, so let's check it out. And then that's how you turn someone into a fan, because they're like, whoa, I love seeing it. So I think what these guys ensure is that there's got to be a legacy of music. They got to be part of, let's say, like they are taking music as a profession, because each time we are not getting a musician whose daily life depends on music, then you're not giving that opportunity to someone who...
Karan and my daily life depends on it, we're coming on picks.
You got it. Hey man.
The answer was, it better be a yes if you want me to donate. It's being recorded, so you will get cancelled.
The answer was, you guys will be on it because you're donating.
All right.
This now feels less like an interview, more like a negotiation. I feel like it's a negotiation now. Okay.
So, I'm going to donate all the 3,000 for the 6 questions, irrespective. Tricked you. Crazy move. Pro gamer move. Mad stuff.
Oh, wow.
Way,
okay.
Everything. I'm a good guy. I'll do it. I'll do it right now. And yeah, I had a rapid fire also.
Okay.
After which,
ready?
We will wrap up because I think we've gone over. What's your favorite?
Don't worry about that, because I shall also donate to...
You don't have meetings or what now? Only after 1 o'clock.
Wow, man, I'm not kidding. The amount... Okay, before we go to the rapid fire, just a word about what Viva was and why that 1 o'clock deadline is important is because I'm working on many things because I really like working. And now that the management and everyone knows I'm only available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays after 1, which used to be 12:30. This Monday, I have a meeting at 12, which Mehta, Phil, if you guys are watching, Lloyd, if you're watching, I know I said 12. Can we please do it at 1 because I'm supposed to do Viva. But the thing is, the meeting is with an external client who only has time at 12. So I really hope that the meeting gets pushed to 1.
My Viva both times. Karam Sola's Viva. One or two other people who I know Viva. All during online school. All during online school. We start our class
That's
and
not, that is not the intention. I don't know. Should I stop doing it? Because I'm like, that's not the intention to keep you guys out of school.
doing well. I love Viva.
No, thank you. So do I.
Also,
It's like therapy for me.
Before rapid fire, taking this out of your Wikipedia page, okay? Abish Mathew is a great chess player who faced former world champion Vishwanathan Anand and was up a queen against him. His main
No.
philosophy for chess is clear out the board, play with the king. One of his famous quotes is, do you know? What's your famous quote, Abish? Why move the rook when you can move the king? I also found out your career began as an RJ at Red FM. Firstly, what the hell?
Incorrect. So highly incorrect.
Wikipedia.
Multiple factual problems in Wikipedia. Multiple factual problems. Number 1, I wasn't a queen up on Vishy. He allowed me to be a queen up. That is a huge difference. This guy was playing tense. We were on Summer stream where we were donating money. I upgrade my pawn twice to queen. Like it, and then I was able to take his queen with my king. Like he allowed it, but not like to kill. He planted the pieces in such a way that I'll move, that will take at the end of it in 10 moves. And that's why right when the time was right, we were almost about to be checkmate, but he didn't checkmate. It was just, I lost on time. So he gave me that dignity also. It's just insane what he did, but...
Bro, you know, Wikipedia can be edited. Tell your manager, this is the first line on your Wikipedia. Abish Mathew is a great chess player who faced former world champion Vishwanathan Anand and was up a queen against him.
To be honest, right? I feel like Wikipedia is meant to be a public source.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good representation.
Let it be there. I love it.
No, I think it's a good representation of public opinion of somebody. So I'm just like, I don't want to edit it. If people think it's funny, let it be. It's like an open mic. Do whatever you want with it. It's just, I really like to attract really nice people. So if someone's being mean, then I'll just stop. Like the day Viva starts becoming overwhelming or mean people start coming, I'll stop doing it. It's the same thing. Like my group of friends are the nicest people because I just want to attract that. So right now, Wiki seems to be nice. Everyone seems to be having fun. And I'm like, hey, this is great. I also find it hilarious to read shit. Secondly, I didn't work with Red FM. When I was in college, I was doing history. I interned with Radio 1 for a year. And then I joined an English music station called Hit 95 FM. That was my employment. But before that was something else only. And also, by the way, like this is mentioned, Abish Mathew is Kenny's friend and also a stand-up comedian, was something that was there before. So this is just people having fun. So it's okay.
That's damn funny. And my dad asked a question in the comment. Shout out to him. He's like, okay, my dad and I watch a lot of stand-up comedy, okay? And he said, our downtime, we watch comedy. What do you as a comedian do in your downtime? Is it also comedy or like watching comedy or just...
No, man, I can't watch comedy. I cannot watch comedy. Like, if I watch comedy only if I have to get inspired to think more and to be like, how do I need to rewire my brain? Otherwise, if I'm not watching comedy and let's say nothing else is happening, Son of Abish got over, I'm going to Canada to meet my parents in 2 weeks' time. So then those 2 weeks, I'm just wrapping up some stuff and I have a lot of downtime. I don't know. I think I mostly just... right now, I cook and clean, so I have no time. But earlier, man, I used to just... I don't think I remember anything. I think I used to call a lot of friends and try to get back in touch with them and stuff like that. I don't watch anything. I really need... Like right now, someone told me to watch Watchmen. And I thought, okay, I finished The Boys because I had to write something for The Boys, so I had to see all of it. And then I was like, hey, Watchmen, let's go watch Watchmen. But now the problem is I have finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine twice. I've finished Friends thrice. I've finished Rick and Morty 5 times. So I am not the guy who explores a lot of new series. I like to watch a lot of these fun, simple, easy popcorn and really makes you feel good shows when I'm going to sleep. Or I'm watching a lot of science videos.
Since
Going
because
to
of
sleep
Viva,
because
I was
just
surrounded by like a lot of music. I'll give you like, I'll DM you like the name of like 2, 3 really nice movies that you have to watch. Okay. Like movies that
yeah,
I've
for
seen
sure.
like 14 times.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I will tell you a movie that you should definitely watch when it comes to music. The movies that inspire me: School of Rock, Sister Act 2. These are two movies who are like defined my childhood because I was like, yes. Because when I used to be in my school band and college band, we used to just like it's exactly all the same genre music that School of Rock spoke about. But when I was younger, and because I used to sing in church as the choir, Sister Act 2 was beautiful because I was just like, man, the finer, like the eyes on the sparrow, the way they sing it, it was so nice. The vocal riffing was insane. And even I would try to do it and it wouldn't be as good, but I would still attempt to do it. So yeah,
Have you watched
those two
Whiplash?
movies you have to watch.
Have you watched
I've
Whiplash?
seen it. It's less music and it's about the politics of music. So I didn't like it too much. But
So
in the
I
other one,
like
you
the
feel
idea.
good. Yeah,
Well,
the
like
movie is good.
you, yeah.
Let's say like that movie is a good movie about music and the politics of it.
It's a
But
well-made
Sister
movie.
Act, yeah, but Sister Act and School of Rock will move you with music. So it's like a musical, so to speak. So I love seeing that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll move on to the rapid fire.
Nice. Okay.
What's your favorite food?
Parota Erchi.
Favorite instrument?
Love to learn how to play the piano. Unfortunately, know how to play only the guitar, 3 chord songs.
If you had 5 minutes left to live, what would you do?
Pay, transfer all my money to my parents.
That'll go anyways, okay. If you could get the correct answer to any one question that's been unanswered, what would it be?
Afterlife, is there one?
Okay, one person you could have dinner with.
Currently, it might sound very cheesy, but my parents, because I
Yeah,
haven't met them in a year and a half. Yeah, I haven't, dude. They're like, कहाँ मिलूंगा उनको मैं?
that's really sweet. Okay. Pet peeve.
Pet peeve. I'm. It sounds like a compliment, but I'm too organized, which seeps into my personal life, which is not a good thing.
Dream holiday.
Ooh, backpacking trip across the world for 10 years. Yeah, I need to earn enough money to just do this. Yeah.
Which
Like
animal?
leave everything for 10 years and travel and come back. Sorry, go on.
Which animal would you be if you could be one?
I would love to be a pet dog.
Favorite Son of Abish guests?
Veer, Irfan, Dulkar, Vidya, Baman Basi. Man, sorry everybody, everyone. Why the fuck would you ask me that? Everyone.
Favorite episode that you've done?
Favorite episode this season, I really like the episode with Kalki and with Asif Ali. Each season has one or two favorites as such. So I would say the favorite guest matches with my favorite episodes for sure.
Top 3 growing comedians in India according to you that you like.
Shrija Chaturvedi, Akash Gupta, Supriya Joshi. But Supriya Joshi is not growing. She's already like a well-known name. But
Yeah.
these three definitely to look out for.
Was Supriya guest, judge, sorry, this time on Comicstaan, last time?
Supriya, no, she was a contestant. She was one of the
Sorry,
finalists.
Sumuki, I'm confused. Sorry. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're mistaken with Sumuki. It just starts with Su, no? That's Supriya. Yeah, Supriya, Shrija, Akash Gupta.
Last one. Top 3 favorite musicians.
Top 3 favorite musicians in India?
Anywhere, all time for you.
Oh, Freddie Mercury as a musician, Brian May as a guitar player, and I would say, Eddie Van Halen. I mean, I'll say the band names: Van Halen, Queen, and Michael Bublé.
I get your vibe. You're a mature guy types.
I'm an older gentleman, man. What? I haven't heard enough Sam Smith.
That's a good taste. You can actually mix up Bohemian if you want with. I'm gonna do that.
You ruined Bohemian Rhapsody by adding our track to it.
I think that's the end of today. I had so many questions, you know. I wanted to ask you. I think I don't want to miss out on this one.
Ask away.
Give your views on mental health and everything surrounding it right now. Your experiences with it, what you have to say to people struggling with it, etc.
So I've been going to therapy for now over 3 or 4 years now. I used to go once a week. Then my therapist recommended I go twice a week. Then I started becoming better. So I started going twice a month. And then I started becoming worse. So I started going once a week. Then I became once a month. Currently, I'm running on once a week. The reason I'm telling you this is what therapy allows you to do is to figure, and whatever structures or lack of structures you have, enable you to become self-sufficient. Because after some time, what happens is that you become dependent on therapy, which is also not a good thing. The idea is to be self-sufficient. So mental health was a taboo, I would say. But now with the generation that is coming in who acknowledges what mental health is and the importance of it, I think now we're getting into a slightly different dangerous territory. It went from parents not acknowledging to now children not understanding the difference between stress and anxiety. There's a huge difference. There's a difference between sadness and depression. Sadness can be an inspiration for beautiful songs, for incredible inspiration to move forward. Depression doesn't allow you physically to do it. So I think currently I wouldn't talk to people and say, go to therapy, go to therapy. That is your journey to figure. Be very careful with the words you use, because if you use these words to get out of tough situations, then it's going to be very tough for people around you to help you, because they really wouldn't know. That's why doctors ask on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it pay when you go to a regular doctor? So it's always important to try to fix everything on your own while you have help, while they're telling you how to fix on your own. Coming back to the concept of homework and classwork, therapy can't just be classwork. You can't just be like, I had a bad day, bad week and all of that. You need to take back homework. You need to read more stuff. You need to make notes. I have a list. I have a document, a locked document, which has all my therapy insights, all my homework, all my links that I need to read. And just like homework, I have to go pitch it to them and they have to read it, and we discover that. So
I have a really
mental health is
journal as well. And for people like this is one of my favorite lines that's been told to me when I thought that sometimes, like when people think that their problems aren't big enough as well. So while you said that people should educate themselves about the difference between like stress, anxiety, and this, you should also know that there's different types of depression. Like there's high functioning depression where you're able to do things, but deep inside you're still depressed. And there's the thing about invalidating your problem. It's like it doesn't matter if you're drowning in like 20 meters of water or 200 meters of water. If you're drowning, you're drowning. So you should reach out for help. So both those things are
absolutely
important.
Let me put it this way. I can pull off a season of a show in a pandemic, but every night I go to sleep, I might still be crying. When I get up and have coffee in the balcony, I might still be crying, but I still pull a season off. So it is a thing that you have to figure with professional help and with people around you. But the worst thing you could do is two things: shut yourself down, or if you're on the opposite end where you're fine, but you claim to be worse because you feel sympathy brings you up. That's why it's important to keep yourself in check. Every time I start self-sympathizing, I immediately have to make a note. Okay, I need to get that checked. Which is why with Feeding from Far, whatever work I had done, I keep that to myself, because I'm like, I know I have this insane bad habit of telling everyone the amazing things I'm doing. And it took me many years to wrap that in and keep it in, because it's nice to have all your good stuff in a closet wrapped in, for you to open and be like, I'm not a terrible person.
That's true. And
yeah,
I'm committing right now. My next Together Apart thing, which is probably a very special guest, I'll do that for a mental health organization, the donation for that.
right.
And
Yes,
this is what I said, this is how I'll end the live, that Paman sir said this to you on your episode, that stay with everyone no matter what you do, out of everything that you do. So thank you for being so cool about this whole process, about like genuinely, like it was like talking to an equal, which I'm really not when I was interacting with you, whether it was on Viva, whether it's right now, whether it's on DM. You've been so great about this, and thank you so much for doing this. Everyone should please, like, I don't know why you're on this if you don't know about his stuff, but check out his stuff. Check out the donation link in our bio and donate. And thank you so much for being here with us today. It was amazing.
Thank you.
I
Thank you for having me on Son of Akhil. Everybody, remember to donate to Feeding from Far. It's actually true. The number is 700 rupees that you can actually donate to feed a family for a week. So make sure you donate. Akhil, thank you so much for doing this, man. Thank you for reaching out. Sorry, there was a little bit of confusion in dates and follow-up, but it's just like managers are so overwhelmed that we anyway pulled it off. So yeah, thank you for having me.
These dates are like really clashing and stuff. But anyway, thank you.
And dude, a friend of mine bought me this. I had to show you this. A friend of mine bought me this.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what? This is actually clickbait. This is my thing from Last Together Apart. It has the information from Last Together Apart. What I'm reading is straight out of my laptop.